Hello, friends. Happy February 1st, and the season of Imbolc is upon us again in the Northern Hemisphere. I feel just so excited to share my thoughts and ideas on this season, which is the balance of the crone energy from harvest season, and as we realize that it is time to start preparing for winter, we are now at the opposite end, the maiden energy coming into the mother energy to remind us of the light returning. The sun has been recharged thoroughly by the burning of the Yule log and the winter solstice celebrations, and we are now coming back into what is the promise of spring, the promise of us growing and producing food again to restore our vitality. And what I'm noticing on the farm right now, especially, we are calving. All of the moms are having their babies. We're about halfway through, and the hens are laying eggs in the chicken coop. And what that reminds me of is when we were all living in small communities, growing food for our communities, for our sustenance, before we had things called grocery stores. The January month, the moon of deep dark winter, would have been a time that was slightly anxiety ridden as we started to realize that our food storages were getting low. We have been huddling together to remind each other of the vitality that we knew was coming, and we would be honoring and blessing and praying to the sun and the moon and Mother Nature to bless our fields with precipitation and warmth, and knowing that as we continued to say our blessings and our gratitude to the food that we had, that we were recharging our energy and our connection with Mother Nature. And I see that so much in the modern farmscape, where we are right before Imbolc, the Celtic religion of honoring the goddess Brigid. We are still beginning to see babies return to the farm. We are beginning to see the chickens laying eggs again. And how delightful is that our cyclical living is still available to us. What a blessing it is to be able to watch that on the farmscape, but also to be able to share it with you guys. And another piece of that Imbolc puzzle that I see in this modern herbalist life of mine is I was harvesting poplar buds this weekend. We decided we needed to take some tree limbs off. So I was harvesting poplar buds, and we decided that we were needing to take some dead limbs off of our 100-year-old poplar trees in the yard because they are threatening to fall down and threatening to hit our house and stuff is not a good thing. So I was harvesting these beautiful poplar buds to make some tincture to start the batch of tincture. I will do a couple more harvest sessions, but see, just in a couple days, look at that color starting to form. But what I love about the poplar buds and the harvest of the poplar buds is it is my reminder as an herbalist that spring is coming. I watch for the deep red resin to start shining in the later winter sun. And that is my clue, that is my cue, if you will, to watch for that to get thicker and darker as the weather is cooler and we dip into below zero on a regular basis. And so I watch for that to happen because as the trees push resin out to the buds. It's protecting those buds from those harsh temperatures in the winter. And when I get to the point of winter that it's time to harvest the poplar buds, that is my reminder that spring is coming. And I get to revisit and realize the work that I have done throughout the winter, which is deep, dark, delicious shadow work. And when I say shadow work, what I'm talking about is letting go of stuff that is no longer serving my path. It is things that I need to put into the earth to compost that are no longer necessary, maybe old ideas, old thought patterns, habits, things that are distracting me from my work as an herbalist, a teacher, and a spiritual mentor. And the poplar buds are my first chat with nature outside of the snow and outside of the frozen tundra, but my first chat with the nature spirits for the season and working with them. Like when I am working with a plant, what's really going on is a deep, deep listening and understanding of that plant's medicine. I like to tap into the messages of the medicine of the plant's spirit, because when we take the time to listen to that plant spirit, we're going to get a lot more than any book could ever give us. And when I have realized that the shadow work that I have done, the releasing that I have done throughout the winter, the deep ritual with my ancestors, reconnecting with that divine, etherical, spiritual realm that's beyond this physical, I'm able to clear space in my body for more of these messages to come through. So when I am working with the poplar and I'm able to sink into that meditative space, into that connecting with the ethereal energies of the ethers, of the beyond the veil energies of the spirit world, of what we can't see and touch and hold, I notice with the poplar that the messages are much louder and much more clear and precise. How to harvest the poplar, how to hold the poplar when I'm harvesting the buds, how this medicine has revived our inner vitality for centuries. And this comes through crystal clear when I have done my work through the winter. My work personally, my work with habits, my work with communication skills, and refining how I am presenting to all of you and how I am presenting to the world my path as an herbalist and a pagan. And that came through so beautifully this year, because I feel that my intentions through the winter, my work through the winter was done. I cleared all the space in my body and my mind and my heart and my soul, my DNA, cleared stuff. I re-evaluated habits and ways of thinking that are no longer working for me, that are not applicable in this time we are all living through. You know, ways that I have and have not shown up, and things that I've said no to out of fear. You know, I have distracted myself with because I have other work to do that is intimidating to me. And that is what Imbolc is to me as an herbalist in this modern time. Imbolc is the realization that we have done our winter work, that we have shown up for our shadow, for our ego, to be in line with our soul path. And that, to me, the modern Imbolc time, where we have grocery stores, where we have delivery services, where we have restaurants and cars that can get us places, there's another section of work that we can be diving into in the winter that is restful, rejuvenating, calm, quiet, and allowing us to free up space within our bodies. So we have lots of exciting things happening in the Enchantment Creek realm. I'm going to be opening up my one-on-one books again for the late winter, spring season. They will close in summer, but I'll look forward to working in the etherical realms beyond the veil with you, the collective ancestors, your spirit guides. We do journeys and we dive deeply into your soul path. That can look like uncovering shadow work that needs to be done so that you can be in your full expression, and how we dive into the darker realms with a beautiful, uplifting experience. And I'm really excited to open that up. I'm finishing up my course. I know I've been saying this for a few weeks. There's just a lot more editing that this earthly fairy person and technology getting along, we kind of clash, but that will be launching soon. Definitely get on my email list to know when all of the extracts and salves are first launched into the world as we go through the medicine making season. I am so excited to be here with you. Happy Imbolc. Happy beginning of spring, and know the vitality of summer is just around the corner. Big love to all of you, and I will talk to you very soon.